says we're live. It says we are live. Oh,
Good job reading.
I know, I'm doing so well. Oh, we didn't cover that whole. We have kids, people, leave us alone. So if we're talking a little quiet, it's because our kids decided they wanted to have a sleepover downstairs in the living room. So we're hiding. Get the questions pulled up here. I got my dedicated question reader because, my God knows, I can barely read.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, everybody. Hope everyone had a good holidays, good holiday, Easter holiday. I know we had a good time. Didn't spend it with a whole lot of family. It was just my brother and his family, and then our family and mom and dad. So not too bad. Good time. Everyone had a good meal. Dad was happy. There was pie and ice cream, so he was real happy.
And ham.
And ham. He ate a lot of ham.
And mashed potatoes.
And he ate a lot. Yeah, Dad's a bottomless pit. Like everyone thinks George is the big eater. Dad can put away the groceries.
Here's Bump's plate. His food's piled up to here.
Every time. Yeah. Larry, the guy that drives the truck for us, his grandma was really close with my mom when my mom was really young. And when he started working for us, I didn't really know Larry all that well. He said, Grandma would always say that your dad could eat more food than any man she'd ever seen.
We interrupted Dan's live stream.
Dan.
I don't know, it just says Dan's live stream.
Oh, okay. Which Dan?
Lots of happy Easters.
Happy Easter, everybody.
Nice hat.
Thank you. Was it Tony?
No.
Man, Tony gave me one of these hats a while back, so been keeping it nice and clean. It's one of my dress-up hats.
Getting any storms?
Yeah, it's actually raining right now. This morning I woke up and we got our strip till bar all dialed in yesterday evening with the intentions of going and strip tilling today. Only problem was Dad hadn't burnt down the field that I was going to strip till yet. We wanted to do that before we strip tilled it so we weren't running over our strips with the sprayer. And yeah, but I was on the way there when it started raining. Rained a little bit, quit, had Easter dinner, went back, blew a tire.
Are your beans up yet?
They're actually starting to sprout. They're trying to sprout now. So hopefully this cold weather misses us. It's in a super chat, I think.
It said Happy Easter, I think.
No, who was it? Cotton.
765.
Thank you very much, Cotton. We appreciate that. And you have a happy Easter too.
So you guys are running RTK, RTX to set your guidance lines for strip till and planting.
That's the plan. Currently, my tractor, the strip till tractor, does not have RTK. We were waiting on a part that was delayed due to the coronavirus, but it's in. It came in. They're actually coming tomorrow to put the RTK in, so that will be the plan. Yep.
There's 8 inches of snow in Wisconsin today.
That's pretty rough. It was warm today. When the sun finally came out, it was like 65.
Have you checked the beans you planted? Planted 16 acres in Illinois Friday, and ours were swelled up good the next day.
Yeah, that's pretty similar here. It's not the next video, but in 2 videos, we planted a pretty good sized field. Well, I guess we finished a pretty good sized field. And yeah, those beans, I think that would have been Wednesday those got planted, and they'll probably be popping through the next day or so, depending on the heat.
Good evening from England.
Oh, good evening. It's probably pretty late over there, I'd imagine.
There was a hello from Australia.
Hmm.
And somebody said good morning, so I don't know where they're at, but it's not here.
That might be the Australian. I'll have a coffee with you this morning.
Nice work in the garden. A little overkill for the tractor, but hey.
If you don't follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you're missing out. Earlier this afternoon, I started strip tilling and I blew a tire on our fertilized trailer or fertilized wagon. I don't know what to call that thing. 4-wheel steer cart, fertilized wagon, whatever. Blew a tire on it, so I came back, I unhooked the trailer, wagon, whatever, at the field. Came back home, I was going by our garden. I was like, I still got to make one more pass with that rototiller. So I strip tilled it. Sweet corn's ready to go in.
Um, who does the music at the beginning of your YouTube vlogs?
I'm not sure. I can't remember what service I got that video from. I think it's in my editing software. I use music from the editing software I use, which is LumaFusion, and I use some from Epic Sound. I think it's from LumaFusion, and I believe it was called Big Balls, the song title. So I don't know, but maybe if you search Big Balls and LumaFusion, I actually don't search that. That's probably a bad idea.
Julian from the Netherlands is the one that said good morning.
Oh, good morning. Hope everybody's staying healthy this Easter Sunday. I know with the corona going on, that's might not be the case. So hope everybody's staying healthy. We actually just had a person from our hometown. I believe that guy on Facebook, wasn't he from Chillicothe?
I think so.
Yeah, it's one of the more serious ones we've heard of. He's on a vet in Columbus right now. So hope everybody's staying healthy.
Okay. Have you ever used Aereo Croyle? I have no idea how to say that.
Oh, not that I'm aware of. Not that I am aware of.
Blackland Farmer. He's in his hats.
Yeah, we did get your hats. I don't know when the footage from yesterday will come out, but that'll probably be like a week from now. Check that video. Got a bunch of fan mail the other day. Haven't put anyone's stickers on the door yet, just because the wind's been blowing a lot, but that should be coming up here pretty soon too. The door's starting to get filled, but if you want to keep sending them, 291 or PO Box 291, Londonderry, Ohio 45674.
47.
Whatever. It's in the description.
Somebody likes how you rotate your flannels.
I do. I have like 4 that I pretty much rotate.
Somebody said go blue. Poor soul.
Talking about Michigan?
I'm assuming.
Ooh. Yeah, I have like 4 flannels, and I have like 5 shirts that I wear under the flannels. And in the summertime, I just wear them. Pretty simple. I thought every farmer had to wear flannel when I was growing up. That's what Dad wore. He wore blue jeans, Red Wing boots, and flannels. I see leg arms in there.
Yes. Montana says hello.
Hello, leg arms. Hope you guys are staying warm.
When are we going to get to see the new strip tail bar?
Check the next video. We'll go into detail on it then. It should be out tomorrow. I actually finished editing it tonight, so it should be out tomorrow. I'm contemplating on changing my release time. I was doing them at 6, but when we're getting, like, we're pretty busy at 6. I mean, we're pretty busy at 7 and 8, but it'll probably be out tomorrow, either 7 or 8 o'clock. I'm thinking 7. I like 7. The only problem is Cole releases at 7. I don't want to compete with Cole. People watch it.
So weird.
Yeah.
Thanks for so many videos during this COVID thing. With you, Zach, Welkers, and New York Farm Girl. It's been fun to watch some farming stuff.
Well, thank you for watching. Glad we keep you entertained.
What time is it here?
It's like 9:15, 9:17.
Does Brazilian soy production affect the price of U.S. soy?
Yes. More soybeans. Soybeans. Is that what better? I don't know. Whatever. The markets in South America, or our markets get dictated a lot by what's going on in South America. When there's normal markets going on, like, I don't know, things are a little crazy right now with the corona, but in the trade wars. But normally, one of the things that's driving our markets down is I believe they're having a good crop in South America, or they had good weather. We hear that a lot from reports. Favorable weather in South America, good harvest in South America. So yeah, it definitely affects it.
What variety of sweet corn do you plant in your garden?
Silver Queen, Bodacious, Honey Select, maybe? I don't know. I can't remember. There's 4 different kinds. I can't remember. Can't remember what all they were.
Our broken wall made him think something was stuck on his screen.
Nope. One of the kids did that with something, didn't they?
We had a chair here and it
Oh, it was a
rocked
rocking
back
chair.
really hard, and yeah.
Yep. Joys of kids. Oh, that was Cotton again. Cotton,
Yeah.
appreciate the $5, buddy. Thank you. Yep. Nothing's wrong with your screen. Just our wall.
I have a hello from the North Pole,
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
from Indiana. You took work away from George doing the tilling in the garden.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. He said he was going to put us out of business last time. So.
Sing the dancing like a stripper song.
Yep.
Somebody come get her.
TikTok joke, people. TikTok. Yeah. At first, I thought TikTok was absolutely stupid, but sometimes me and Kayla will just watch TikTok videos and laugh hysterically for a while.
Who's taller, you, Zach, or Tony?
Zach and I are probably pretty close. He might be tall. I don't know. Probably depends on what shoes we're wearing. I have a hard time seeing if I'm the same height as people. Like, all my friends are under 6 foot tall, and you grow up around that, and I just thought that's how tall I was. I'm not. I'm like 6'3", 6'4".
Do you have any updates on Andy?
No, I haven't heard anything. I don't know. Wish Andy nothing but the best. I don't know if you guys haven't had the pleasure of meeting Andy, he's an awesome dude. He came down. I've met Andy at a couple farm shows last year, and then he came down and visited one day last year. And yeah, Andy's an awesome dude. He's strong. He's a fighter, obviously. So I hope hopefully he makes a full recovery. Told him as soon as he makes a full recovery, I'll buy him a beer and cook him a steak.
Have you ever thought of doing a video of Barry's machine shop?
No. One of the very first videos, I believe it was Wheat Harvest 2018. So it's been a couple years ago, but I broke a part on a planter, I believe, and I took it over there, and Barry milled me out something, and I think that's the only time I've had Barry in a video. But I don't know that he would be okay with being on camera. I never really asked. So.
How many acres of beans have you planted?
We planted 165-acre field and like 5 acres of another one. The 5 acres was like the test strips we did, so really 65 acres. There's like that test strip. I mean, they're gonna get planted over, so I mean, no big deal.
How many generations has your family been farming?
I'd say everybody 4 generations, because we've been at this location for 4 generations. Before that, we were farming southeast of here, so I don't know. We're talking going back that far. We're talking in the 1920s. I know we were farming not a lot of grain. I mean, at that time, most people in this area were doing livestock, and I mean, pretty much everyone in this area had, a small livestock farm. That's just how they made their food. So I don't know. Kayla should do a cooking channel, and then you'd have to cook.
Yeah. Could be. And this is how we order Pizza Hut today.
Kayla does cook from time to time. I don't want to give you too much crap. I made the mistake one time of telling her she almost killed me with some shrimp. Like when we first got married, and I haven't had shrimp since from Kayla. Like, not because I didn't want them, just because she hasn't cooked.
I don't like shrimp, so I don't go shopping for shrimp.
Yeah, but you gave me botulism.
Wow. How could Tanner Travis send a sticker and hoodie?
P.O. Box 291, Londonderry, Ohio.
45647.
45647. So, I try to put that in the description of the video. Sometimes I slack and forget, but check there. I'm sure it'll be in one of the videos. But I appreciate it. Oh man, how could anyone dislike leg arms? Like I
I
don't get.
don't think he's just like, I think he's being funny and I just
Oh,
flagged
okay.
it.
I'd hope so. Like Scott's one of the, I mean, leg arms. He's one of the nicer guys I've ever met.
Someone wants to know if our kids have online school tomorrow.
Doesn't Emmy do some kind of like they get packets of stuff they have to do, and then they had like a online seminar or something, or a conference call kind of deal.
She can do Zoom if she wants to see her teacher and her friends, but it's not like a grade or anything.
And Dax, he's in preschool, so
He does like ABC Mouse because it's free right now.
yeah. Kayla's got him doing a bunch of stuff every morning, and they're still in a routine. Before the school had got everything going, Kayla was, I don't know. Kayla's almost a teacher. I mean that because like she's got like a semester or two, and then she'll be an elementary teacher. So she's getting like some. This should count as your. This should be your student teaching.
Yeah.
That would be
All
awesome if
the
that
rest
could
of
count.
my classes for college involve being in a classroom setting to get credit, and school's out.
Yeah, and I'm super bummed because as soon as she gets that, I ain't paying for health insurance anymore.
How warm is it outside?
The storm came in. It's about 50 now. It was about 50 when we woke up this morning too, so not bad. I made leg arms blush. Oh,
Is it raining here?
I think it just let up. It was raining earlier, but yeah, I think it let up. We haven't got a whole lot of rain yet. If I can get that tire fixed, and it's supposed to be nice after tonight till Friday, so if I can get that tire fixed, I'd say we'll be able to strip till again Wednesday. Be my guess. We've got some big, exciting stuff happening tomorrow that I haven't told anybody about yet, and so I guess I'm probably gonna be doing that tomorrow, and we're gonna be hunting a tire. That's tomorrow's plan.
Any mushrooms?
Well, one of my buddies actually found some, and he was nice enough to share with us. So we got a couple pounds of mushrooms we were going to eat for Sunday dinner today, and we discovered flour.
And either did the Family Dollar
Yeah,
or anywhere else that's close.
we didn't really want to go to Walmart. There's a couple local grocery stores just pretty close to here. So with this whole Corona stuff going on and whatnot, we try to avoid Chillicothe. You should show us your house. Then we'd have to clean it. That's pretty clean, but not by Kayla's standards. But it's not bad. But maybe someday we might do that. This is the family farmhouse. It's been here a long time, but it's nothing special.
What's your favorite food to eat when you're in the 1038?
Favorite snack food. I don't have a sweet tooth, but I definitely like beef jerky. And then, like right now, I mean, as a few of you've pointed out, I've kind of packed on a few pounds in the last 6 months, so I'm trying to eat somewhat clean. So I'm eating a lot of lean ground beef at the moment, which may not sound the cleanest, but I lost 60 pounds a year and a half ago like that. So I'm trying to go that route again.
Somebody said ambrosia sweet corn is good.
Yeah, I've had that.
And somebody else said Silver Queen is their favorite. Somebody else likes your custom floor mat in the Challenger. Dax has decided
Oh,
that
jeez.
now, because there's that cool floor mat in the Challenger, that he's going to move into the Challenger. And it's a fight every day to convince him that he has to live in a house with a bathroom and a kitchen, and you cannot live
The
in
other
a
day,
tractor.
like, I love it when Dax comes to work with me, like as a father, a farm father, like I really love it. I'm a big fan. I've always encouraged him to come to work with me. But the other day, I had to like send him home. He is bound to determine that 1038 is his now. Like he calls it his tractor. He even wrote his name on it. And he took the keys and tried to lock the door and walk away with them while we were working outside on the strip till bar. Like this tractor was off, but yeah, it's getting a little ridiculous. Someone asked why we're not reading the super chats, and I didn't see
Oh,
them.
I didn't see.
Right here, you
X
can click it.
Ranch, love your videos. God bless.
Thank you, X Ranch. We really appreciate the super chat, and God bless you too. Happy Easter. And then just click that and take you right to
Hello, my happy smiling farmer.
Fred Young.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it's in euros, so must be pretty late over there. Um, Happy Easter to you too, buddy. Thank you.
Mark is sowing spuds in the North Pole.
Okay.
Thomas thinks that your dad's captions might be funny, but he prefers to read your section.
I mean, I don't claim to have like the greatest speech in the world. That's why I tell people anybody can do YouTube. I don't.
Is that my phone that keeps dinging?
Yeah, it's your phone. I don't look the greatest. I don't talk all that well. So, my question lady, she walked off. So.
Charlie wants to know who's older. I'm assuming he means between you and BJ.
My brother is 12 years older than I am, and I am 2 months older than my wife.
I don't know. What's the best pickup line?
I don't remember. Hey, you want to go catch a movie? Or Mario Casanova. Hey, babe. See, it worked.
Did you get the planner figured out yet?
Yeah, we did. I know in the videos I kept saying that the bearings were going out. The bearings are actually fine in every one of those openers we've had to replace. It's not the bearings that go out. It is the housing that holds the bearing in. It's cracking, and then the bearing is able to walk around inside of that housing. And when that happens, the disc gets to wiggle, and then it starts dragging up. So the bearing is actually fine. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if we had a bad batch of openers. I don't know if water had got in there and froze and then cracked those. We have checked all of those at this point in time. And every time that we've had ones go out, they looked fine when we checked them. So I don't know. But yeah, the last 65 acres it planted well. We did have an electronical issue you're going to see in the next video. I'm fairly positive that happened from just getting wet. It's an electric drive planter, which is a little bit different than we're used to. When we got that planter, I even commented when we got it how clean it looked. And it was immaculate. And I think that guy pressure washed it a little too well and shorted out a little bit of one of the electronic boxes.
I have a hi from Ireland. And did you wash that beautiful 8400 yet?
No, it's actually on a box scraper, so it's even muddier now.
In New Zealand, it's tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, it's tomorrow afternoon. Okay. It's like time travel.
What type of beard products do you use?
Water?
It was a super chat.
Oh. Nah, I don't use anything. I don't know. I never have. Roundup. Not really. Don't put Roundup in your beard.
Would Master Pipe Layers Interdrain have made easy work of the drain you put in last fall? Looked like you were struggling with the mud in the quad track.
I mean, it wasn't that. Yeah, his thing would have done a lot better. The quad track had plenty of power. It just doesn't have enough weight. And the guy running the quad, he even said that in that situation, you need more weight. The main reason that particular person runs a quad track and a tile plow is price. I mean, that plow, he's had it for a long time, but I think you can buy a new plow like that for like 30 grand, whereas the outfit Randy's running, I mean, it's a lot more. I mean, it's a whole self-contained unit. With his quad track, he can just pick it up out of the ground, go down the road a mile, do a field. I mean, so they each have their benefits.
Why do you choose a front mount sprayer?
That is 100% Dad's call. He does 99% of the spraying. He likes it because, one, we have a high clearance, so we're able to get into corn later season, which he's a big fan of that, and visibility. You can see the whole boom. So as soon as he used one for the first time, he was kind of hooked.
Do you use VR seed maps?
This year we are on our soybeans. We do not have a variable rate corn planter yet. Hopefully in the future we're either going to be, I don't know, the corn price kind of makes it a little difficult to justify, but eventually I'd like to have electric drives on our corn planter, in which case we'd be able to do variable rate corn too.
Some guy wants us to vote for some person that's not even American. He just keeps commenting over and over and over.
That's spam then, probably. Speaking of that, I haven't seen the spam yet. Like a lot of it. But you're reading the questions.
How's your dad liking the Oxbow sprayer?
So far so good. Having a little bit of issues with the four-wheel steer. I don't know what's going on there. The actual sprayer itself is working fine, but the four-wheel steer is not doing so hot.
Would you ever switch to fruit farming?
It would be really rough just because at this point in time we've been grain farming so long. It's kind of like our identity. I don't know. It would be hard. I mean, if we couldn't anymore, and that was like my choices, I would much rather be farming something than farming nothing.
Have you ever had no man's land beef jerky?
I do not believe so.
You should do a drone tour of buildings and properties.
Something we could maybe do in the future. Actually trying to see, I think I can do a drone live stream where I'm flying the drone and I'm able to talk into the microphone on the controller. If that's something you guys would be interested in, let me know. But if I do that, the drone battery is only like 20 minutes. So it'd be a pretty short live stream, or it'd have to be like a series of live streams. But I thought that maybe be something cool to see, like when we're harvesting or planting or tilling or something like that. I mean, sometimes live streams get kind of boring whenever I'm just like this, just sitting there talking.
Do you have a commercial? Do you have your CDL to drive the semis?
I do not. Farm is exempt from CDL restrictions. I think we can only go like 100 miles, which we don't go anywhere near that, so works pretty well.
How old are we?
We are 29? 29.
Your dad is like Boom Hour from King of the Hill.
Something like that.
Blackland Farmer wants to see you wear his hat next time.
I wore it in yesterday's video. Had to spread the love.
How many siblings do you have?
Just BJ, just one.
Will you make a farm simulator map in the future?
I do not know how to do that, but I don't know. Don't know a whole lot about Farm Simulator. This person said that we feed George for Easter. Nah, George was on his own for Easter, unfortunately.
Milk does a body good.
Milk?
Is it the dumping the milk, I'm assuming?
Oh, yeah, that would be rough. I have a couple friends that are dairy farmers, and one of them had to posted a picture of them dumping their milk. That would be a hard thing to do. Like, I couldn't imagine just dumping our corn on the ground because no one wanted it, or there was no demand for it.
Have you ever thought about going liquid fertilizer on your planters?
We've considered it. Dad used to a long time ago, but for the most part, I mean, the main reason, up until my brother came back, it was just my dad and I, so it was just another logistic thing we were going to have to try to figure out, so we tried to keep everything pretty simple, but maybe someday.
Explain how you know George.
All right. My mom's sister and George were married. George was a big part of my life growing up. He's like my second father. George has a son that is 3 years younger than me. Him and I were like brothers. And when my aunt and George split up, they're divorced now. George still helped us. I still see him all the time, so that's how I know George. You can hardly hear us. Well, maybe move this a little closer, but our kids are sleeping right there, so.
And I'm not a loud person, I've been told.
Yeah, she's pretty quiet. Unfortunately, with the newer iPhones, they don't have an auxiliary jack anymore, so I can't put a mic in it.
How do you block somebody?
Who is it?
That person?
That one?
Yeah, they keep making really nonsense.
Oh, come on, dude. And you're banned. Boom!
Report or
Hide user from channel. Just don't add him as a moderator.
okay, how did we meet?
Well, we went to school together and didn't really know each other all that well. And then, I don't know, we had ag class together. And
Yeah, someone must know how old we were. Like 16 or 17.
yeah, something like that.
And Andrew Reeves said hello from Albany, Ohio.
Well, hello. Wish my wife was quiet.
Ohio State or Cincinnati?
Ohio State.
Would you ever do a YouTube video with a chef explaining about farming now and farm?
Hmm?
Would you ever do a YouTube video with a, I don't know, chef? Like a farm to table thing, I guess?
None of the stuff that we grow really is something you're going to eat firsthand. Everything that we grow is usually, for the most part, other than the wheat, is sent to feed mills for animal feed. So you're eating the animal, but you're not eating like our corn. And we've got several people watching. It's pretty awesome. Hey guys, don't forget to like the video too. You can exit the chat, the live chat, hit like, and then click back on the live chat.
Lots of people are on the drone bandwagon, liking drones.
The drone live stream.
Yeah.
I think I'd have to upgrade my controller. I don't know. I have to look into that. I just found out that was even a thing, like, today. But it did look pretty cool. I think we need a $600 controller, though.
My eyes are getting dry.
I figured that would make her fall over. There, that was the lookout. That's what I was looking for.
I mean, it's just a no, and I was ignoring you, so I didn't have to embarrass you in front of all your YouTubers.
Oh, okay.
Just click on it.
Yep.
Would you do a live Zoom chat with Zach and Randy, and you have to do the Office podcast, you and your wife?
Well, that'd be pretty fun. I don't know a whole lot about Zoom. We actually had a Zoom meeting with an agronomist yesterday, and that was the first time I'd even heard of it.
Why?
Block him. If you guys see anything inappropriate, we're sorry.
Have you ever been to the World Ag Expo in Cali?
Nope, never been to that one.
How many different tractor brands do you have on the farm?
Well, we have John Deere, and there's an old Oliver, 3 Challengers, 2 Massey Fergusons, and a Cub Cadet.
Is it turkey season here yet?
I'm not sure. I like I would like the turkey hunt, but it's just in the wrong time of year. I don't know.
How many acres do you farm?
3,500.
Did you get your dad's 40/20 back?
Not yet. It's still in the plans. Just haven't got to that point yet. I know where it's at, and it's not going anywhere.
Nathan said it's good to see the real boss. Can you sing?
Can I sing or you?
You.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
You could, but it's not pretty.
Yeah. Some people might be watching this on a headset. Don't want to do that to them.
What were your high school cars?
Well, I still have it, a 1998 Z28 Camaro. I had a regular cab pickup, and then right before I graduated, I had a 2003 Duramax.
Were you a wild hot rod kid?
I like to go fast, but I didn't do anything. Well, I don't know. I don't think I did anything too stupid. She would probably disagree.
I just see one. What's your favorite job on the farm?
It's probably a tie between planting and combining, but running that strip till bar is pretty fun. Like it's exciting, it's new, so maybe that could be part of it. But I enjoy planning. Sometimes it drives me crazy, and I've never been so like frustrated before. But for the most part, when everything's working, it's one of my favorite jobs.
Were you an FFA?
I was the president 2 years of our local chapter.
I keep getting questions about the wall still.
Yeah, one of the kids put a piece of furniture through the wall there. So I think it was one of the kids. It might have been me. I don't know. It was an accident. It was a rocking chair. Went back and hit it. Someone asked new pickup ever. Someday.
I feel like I'm way behind.
Yeah, you are. I'm just going to answer this while you're easy
Okay.
question. Someday. Um, Pickups are expensive. I used to always want a new pickup, and I don't know. I like mine. It's fun. It does the job.
What's a buckeye?
It's a nut off of a tree.
I know. I'm just...
Off of a buckeye tree.
Mhm. Have we ever raised our own cow for consumption?
My family used to. I mean, I had 4-H calves, but they were always sold. We haven't had cattle on the farm since '99, so it's been a long time.
Do we eat the corn?
We eat our sweet corn that we grow in our garden, but we do not eat the corn out of the field just because it is not a variety that it's a different kind of corn. Sweet corn is sweet corn. The field corn we grow is yellow dent corn, so it's just not all that palatable. You could eat it at certain growth stages, but it would not taste the greatest.
Is BJ still doing planting?
I mean, he's going to. When we planted last week, we were not planning on like going headlong into planting season. We're really hoping to get. At one time, I thought we were maybe going to do 200 acres, but I'm kind of glad we didn't now because there's pretty cool temperatures in the forecast. I did want to try some, and we did. We planted 65 acres, but yeah, eventually BJ will be running the planter full time. Like I mean, till we're done planting.
Is farming being affected by...
COVID, the markets definitely took a downturn, and then what else? Sometimes some parts are harder to find. Ethanol production has pretty much ceased to exist, which caused the markets to take a downturn. I don't know how much of that had to do with COVID and how much of that had to do with the oil war between Russia and Iran, but yes, it has affected us some.
Are you an FBN member?
I am.
Can you sell merch through Farm Focus?
Not yet.
I didn't know if that was a long one. What model is the Oliver?
It's an Oliver 77.
Cody Ritchie gave us $4.
Oh, well, thank you. We appreciate it.
When was Brown Farms founded?
This farm, the home farm, was bought by the family in 1929.
Did you always plan to be a full-time farmer?
Yes.
How much of your farm ground is rented versus owned?
I can't remember what I said last time, but I think it's like 60-40 or something like that. Somewhere between a third and 40% is owned.
It's raining hard.
Yeah, it's starting to rain again
Why are people being ridiculous?
because you're in here.
Like
Girl.
some of the things.
Some people are kids. Pretty childish.
What's your least favorite job?
On the farm? I don't know. I used to say grain bins, but they're not terrible, like cleaning out grain bins. I mean, I don't know. probably blown off combine. That's pretty miserable.
Have I taught you how to do your runway walk yet?
No, no, I don't think that's something that I could repeat. She's pretty good at it. If you don't know what we're talking about, go back a few months.
Does the 32% burn your wheat when stream it in?
We do 28, but no, it doesn't seem to burn it. We use streamer bars and or streamer nozzles, and it doesn't seem to really bother it too much.
Any future shop thoughts?
Yeah, I'd love to build a nice new shop at some point at the new grain facility, but money.
What part of Ohio are we in?
We are in southern Ohio.
How much is gas here? Like
$1.40 or something like that.
Are you planning any seed genetics?
Yeah, we have a little bit.
How do you determine if you should turbo till or strip till?
Well, strip tilling, we're gonna do. Plan is to do that on all of our ground going to corn. Turbo tilling or turbo max or vertical tillage, we'll just say vertical tillage. Turbo till is the actual name of the implement we're running. It's a Great Plains Turbo Max. It's a form of vertical tillage. That's just basically a form of residue management. We always had done our corn stalks, so that way we would have a more even seed bed for the soybeans to grow in. But I think we can get away with not doing that and saving a little bit of money.
Okay.
Oh,
Saw
the trolls
you
are strong.
at the Whataburger in San Antonio.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
RJ later.
That was our first trip to, is it Waterburger? Burger? I don't know. Not bad. Pretty good for fast food hamburger. Where was that place we ate at in Alabama? Like a Jack's Burgers, remember that? It was in a sketchy part of like Tuscaloosa or something.
I don't know.
Like I almost got mugged at a gas station right across the road. Got in the car and was like, let's go. But then we got a Jack's Burger and it was delicious.
It was delicious, and the people there have a different dialect than us. And Emmy was like, "What language is that lady speaking?"
Well,
But she can understand Bob, so I don't
yeah,
know.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, I hate people. Boy. Do you do hay?
Nope.
Did you have a good Easter?
Yeah. Yep. Pretty short and simple.
Which is more profitable, corn or beans?
Right now beans. Corn prices are going pretty low.
Have you ever looked into doing organic crops?
It's not something I would rule out. Problem for me is it takes like 3 years to get certified organic where you can get your big premium. And I don't know, it seems like that'd be a long 3 years where you're getting a reduced yield because you're not using some of the stuff that would help increase yield in a traditional style operation. But I don't know. Actually, I think it was Zach. Someone was telling me about a 3,000 acre organic crop farm in Michigan. I don't know, I think they were getting like $7 or $8 out of their corn. So that would be pretty cool.
Do you know your most popular video?
Oh, I think I hear a kid coming. Yep. Oh, there comes Dax.
Talking to ourselves, what are you doing?
Yep, here he comes.
Why have one Easter egg?
Go watch your movie.
Did your movie go off, bub?
No.
Oh.
My smile, see what you do.
Are you going to replace the old grain leg?
Eventually, but I mean, not anytime
I
soon.
don't want to move it on.
Shh. Go in the living room, please.
Why?
Dax, what grade are you in?
Mommy, you kind of help me.
Let me kind of help you. And say hi. You want to see your Hugh Hefner jammies? Oh, yeah. Are you in
I am free still.
preschool?
I think a baby done this day.
Are you? Go lay down.
Oh, I just want to have a stew.
Why don't y'all plant peanuts?
I don't think we have the soils or growth, the right growing conditions for peanuts in this area.
What distance do you use between the lines and the wheat?
We're 7.5-inch spacing
Hey,
on wheat.
Dad.
Daxie, go lay down.
That's a donut and you lost it.
Bub,
Stop. Go lay down.
you have to be quiet, okay?
Do you think the corn markets will go up after the virus is over?
I think it's going to depend a lot on spring planting, weather, and that kind of stuff. There's still a lot of estimated acres. I believe there was 97 million estimated corn acres, which is the most ever.
Do you contract all your crops?
Tried to. We got pretty lucky and sold most of our 2019 crop ahead of time, so we got a pretty good favorable price out of it compared to the cash price now.
What kind of yield bumps do you get planting spring beans versus June beans?
Pretty substantial. I mean, we're able to grow pretty decent double crops just because of where we are in our growth seasons, but you're still like I don't know, like our double crops, like I'm pretty happy with a 40 bushel double crop. Our first crop is anywhere between 60 to 80.
I work with a few guys in the Cincinnati area and they call everyone Bub. I don't even think it's weird that I have like nicknames like Bub and Sis and whatever,
That means
but some
what's on
people
your
think that's
bag.
weird.
That means what's in your bag?
Okay.
What's that?
Do you plant radishes?
Last year we did tiller radishes on some preventive plant ground, but unless we have some ground that doesn't get planted, it probably won't happen. When will corn planting start? Probably won't start planting corn for another, what's today? Probably about 2 weeks.
Have you ever seen
2 weeks, 10 days.
cotton in your area?
Stains and put up flowers and
No cotton in this area.
When was the last time you were clean shaven?
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, probably. I can remember shaving for one of my buddy's weddings, and I thought it was a terrible idea. But I haven't used a straight razor probably since then, and that was like 2013.
On double crop beans, do you plant in earlier maturity than single crop beans?
Nope, we just plant whatever we got left, whatever we can get cheap. I seen Randy's in the chat. Hey, Master Pipe Player.
How do you rotate your crops?
Whatever was corn last year is it going to be soybeans. Whatever was beans. We have certain ground we like to plant wheat on. We don't plant an equal amount of wheat as we do corn and soybeans. So if it was corn, or if it was beans, it'll either be wheat or corn. And then whatever the wheat stubble was from the year before will be corn.
Does anyone
Dax.
Does anyone in your area plant ryegrass?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people doing that as a cover crop. One of our neighbors last year, he planted a lot of ryegrass and then crimped it after he planted into it.
Dax.
Dax usually goes to sleep a long time ago. I'm surprised he's still hanging tight.
How many years have we been married?
Almost 9, 8.5. I've seen a super chat.
Didn't say anything. It was Dakota Johnson.
Dakota Johnson, we appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Hope y'all are healthy.
Mom,
Is there any irrigation in this area?
Yeah, it's starting to get a lot more popular. I mean, it's not like there's 50% irrigated versus non-irrigated, but in the river bottoms where you can easily get water, there's starting to become more and more irrigation.
Did I do how often do you rotate crops?
Where's Zach's going now?
Wake up Emmy.
Oh man. The kids are having a sleepover in the living room. Like they wanted to watch movies and lay on the floor and go to sleep. And apparently Dax woke up and now he has to go wake his sister up.
Would you ever consider a four-wheel drive tractor?
Yeah, if we needed the horsepower, I'd be okay with it. If I can get away with this, like if I can stay in a front wheel assist, I would rather do that. But if we needed like 600 horsepower and we couldn't get it in a front wheel assist, obviously, I would be okay with it.
Why Oxbow over the other sprayers?
Well, that was Dad's call once again, but on the Haggy, he really liked the Haggy. The Haggy costs a lot more money. Just plain simple. It was a lot more money. The Haggy, the ride on it was really, really good in the field, but driving it through the field, or driving it to the field, Dad said it was very squirrely. Like the suspension was too loose. He said it was a little bit worse than his Miller. He said his Miller was also kind of loose. The Oxbow is a lot more stable on the road. He said, like I said, he does most of the spraying, but he liked he liked how the Oxbow handled on the road. He liked the boom better, and a couple other little things.
Is there a date that you wait to start corn, or is it by the weather?
I don't know. Usually third week of April. That person loves us.
See that? Would you ever plant rice?
I don't think we have the climate. I mean, if it was something to where we had the right conditions and all of a sudden that was a marketable thing, I would, but there's just not a lot of market for it right here.
Do you do any custom work in your area?
Oh, I thought I had a custom strip till job lined up, but it kind of got late. Not something that we'd normally do. We have before. I mean, it's not something that we try to budget every year. Like we got to do this much custom, yada yada yada.
Master pipe layer, when are you coming to Minnesota to do off the husk?
I think it takes like
10-minute drive?
I think it's like a 10-hour drive to your house, Randy. Don't ask me how I know that. But I'll if it's 10 hours, looks like I'll be there at 8 in the morning.
When's the next new video?
Oh, Dax. I'm turning it around.
Stand right here. Stand over there. Let's see your shoes. Are those yours or Emmy's?
Mine.
No, they're not. Those are Emmy's. You're crazy.
Oh boy.
What happened to Andy?
Andy was diagnosed with throat cancer, so that's what he's got going on. Whenever I spoke with or talked to her, whenever I when I communicate, I texted him. I didn't talk to him on the phone directly, but he seemed pretty optimistic. Like I said, I wish him nothing but the best.
Greg's daughter has 2 pair of those fancy slippers.
Those are some pretty fancy ones.
We gave that kid too much candy today.
Yes.
That's true.
It's about 2 hours past his bedtime.
When they woke up this morning, they just went ahead and ate their candy from the Easter Bunny before they came and got the parents to show them.
Yep. Someone asked if I would ever get a John Deere IVT. I actually had one. First tractor I ever planted with was a 7920 with an IVT. Nothing against it. I did like the roller button on the stick. That was pretty nice. Dax, put that down now. Just 1 second.
Why the baby has right here?
But yeah, I had no problems with it. And I guess the tractor had a couple problems, but their transmission was okay.
Did you choose the 1038 for the weight? Or a Fendt 939, 942?
Depend what I was doing. Like if I was just planning, a 900 series Fendt would be a better tractor, I believe. For strip tilling right now, I am really glad we have a 1000 series over a 9 series at the moment. I think you can weigh down a 9 to basically be the same, but for planning, I would go with a 9 if they were both sitting there and I could pick one. Kids make you young and smile. Sometimes. Sometimes they make you old and gray. We've had a couple old and gray moments this week. We were sitting there eating dinner tonight, or no, it was this morning. I went from 1 to 10 pretty quick. I look out, we're sitting there in the office having our morning meeting. I look out and I can see Dax standing on a chair, leaning onto my Camaro with the key to the Camaro that he got out of the ignition of the Camaro, just rubbing it all over the side, trying to get it in the lock. He was like a foot below the lock though.
Sir, can you please put all that stuff back?
Mom, how they still watch me?
It does say someone loves you, but can you put it back?
They steal in me. My love you, my freaking love.
And make your crap.
Do the kids enjoy riding with you? Dax does. Emmy could care less. She likes to say she's going. That's about it. But
She likes to sit in there and eat her snacks, and when
Yes.
the snacks are gone, she's done.
yeah. When Emmy's going for a tractor ride, she loads up with snacks. Like it's a process. You got to pack. Hello from Belgium. Wow.
If you could play anything cool, what would it be?
Corn. Kids are paid back for what we did. I told Kayla like 2 weeks ago, I was like, I'm going to go home and tell Dad I'm sorry.
Joe said, I love snackter rides.
Snacks or rides, yeah. It's a good phrase.
Kids are a payback for what we did, which is terrible. Because what you did when you were little, I now have to deal with.
Listen, Emmy throws some fits too. I think I just seen Joe Young. Bought your used MT 465D. I feel like a slayer. That was a fun tractor. I wish we could have kept that thing up. I do miss it right now.
Can you drive a stick shift?
Yeah. First car was a stick shift for that very reason. You want to tell them about the times I've tried to teach you how to drive a stick shift? Like in the Camaro?
I accidentally did a really nice burnout in the driveway when we were dating.
Well, we drove it over to a big parking lot, and she got it rolling on flat ground. I was like, all right, we're going to park on this hill, and you're going to take off. And she just kind of stared at it for a minute. And I was like, listen, just rev it up and take your foot off the clutch. And she did. Did a real good burnout, like she said.
Travis Farms wants to know, do you have certain crop insurance planting dates?
I'll be honest with you, I don't remember what our date is. I think it's still insurable, but there was 100% replant on that seed, so that part was good, I guess. But I guess I don't really know what the early date is. Our last date that we're able to plant is July 15th for soybeans, and corn, I believe, is June 5th.
I look at my baby.
And he's back.
Whatever it is.
Did your dad ever get the John Deere 40?
Not yet. Not yet. Like I said, we know where it's at, and we will have it eventually. We just don't have it yet. Any head problems with your Duramax? Not yet. Mine doesn't have 100,000 miles yet, and apparently that's the magic number. So about a month or two. Dax, please quit going through all the baby stuff.
Because my mom wanted to shoot it.
Did you ever get a newer combine?
This is Libby's one who was born.
Yeah, it's Livia's when she was a baby. Yeah, at some point we'd probably get a new combine. Normally, I mean, there for a while we were rolling them every 3 years, and then we bought the second one, so we were kind of hoping we could keep them a little longer since we had two.
What's the worst joke you've ever played on your wife? Put it back.
I have to wait for her opinion on this one. Dax is going through all the baby stuff and dragging it out. Someone needs to go to bed. I think he's sleepy. I know. There's a couple. I did something funny to you. I can't remember what it was. Like a good joke.
No,
Bub, you can't break that, Bub. I'm sorry. Didn't I do some kind of joke on you when we first got married that I thought was hilarious?
I don't know. I think you're too stupid most of the time.
I don't know if they heard that.
I don't know. How does Bob like Colorado 4x4?
Oh, he likes it. He bought that thing in 2019, right before the farm machinery show in Kentucky. And between him, me, and my brother, we have drove it like 30,000 miles so far. So it gets used a lot.
They heard that.
Yeah.
Where'd you get your truck bed?
Got my truck bed from Hughes Equipment. It's a fab shop. They make a lot of different beds, but that's one of their like one of the ones they sell most to. I guess they make a lot of like industrial beds, and then they sell that. They make that bed and sell it too.
Maple Ray Farms, just like email us sometime and maybe.
Okay, missed it. Where you at?
Did you get your bean field planted?
We did. We did. That will be, and part of it will be in tomorrow's video.
My grandfather's '04 Duramax has more than 400,000 miles on it, and it's hanging on by rust and prayers.
Yeah, the one BJ's driving, it's got some cancer on it. So far, mine's holding in there pretty well.
Wow.
Rob, how you say that? Malmer?
Okay.
Is the 1038 handling the strip till bar good, or do you wish you'd have went a size or two bigger? The 12 row is doing fine. We definitely couldn't pull a 16 row the way that this strip till bar is configured. I know certain ones we're right at the horsepower threshold for a 16 row. That is a lease tractor. When that lease is up, I would, if we end up buying that machine, which, I mean, depending on how this goes and what prices are and however many years when that one's up, I would definitely be okay with chipping it and turning it up, because that is the exact same tractor as a 1050, a 1046, and a 1042. So I would be okay with trying to chip it up to like a 1046. And then we should be in good shape then. Do you have a favorite YouTuber farm visit? I haven't visited a lot of YouTubers like at their farms. I've been to Cole's once. I think that's it. Have you ever been to Northern California? I've never been to California. Kayla, have you ever been to California? Yep, neither one of us ever been there. Oh, we got a spam bot. I assume Lauren Shaw's spam. Tony, oh, there you go. Tony, nice hat. Yep, it is a nice hat. It's a good color. If you don't know, that's Fast Ag. Tony Fast.
What year are your semi-tractors?
Oh, the white Volvo that pulls the white Tempe is a 98. The black Freightliner is an 04. The white International Day Cab is an 05. And the one you guys never see is also a 98. And then the dump truck is an 02. And then the Kenworth dump truck is a 94. And then the old Volvo that's hooked in the low boy is an 85.
What's the weather?
Rainy. It's raining.
Where can I find your merch?
Brian'sFarmingVideos.com is currently where our merchandise is for sale.
Did you play sports in high school?
Yeah, I wasn't very good. I played basketball and baseball, and then just baseball.
Farm barn.
Yep, it's still standing. It's right outside this door.
It's time for a haircut.
It is, but you guys, someone commented on Dax's haircut the other day. The clippers actually took a massive stink pickle in the middle of that haircut. So there for like 2 days, Dax,
He looked bad.
he looked like the Grinch after that. I mean, he had a hack job and a half. So I would love to have a haircut, and I would probably trim my beard before planting season, but we don't have any clippers at the moment. I tried to order some on Amazon today, and they are back ordered, or things are being prioritized, and they would not be here till mid-May. So I'm probably just going to bite the bullet, run into Walmart next time we need groceries, and get some clippers.
Where does Kayla get her accent?
I didn't think you had an accent.
I have a Southern Ohio dialect, I guess. Did your dad build most of the buildings and bins?
No. The 2 little bins beside our office, him and my grandpa and my uncle built in the mid-70s. The old buildings here at the farm, I think he helped build all of them, except for, well, no, I don't know how many of them. Most of the old buildings were built before he was even born. Like the barn, for example, was built in the early 40s. Dad was born in 1950. Our shop, I know he built it, and I helped him build part of it. I mean, it's been one addition after another on that place. So, yes and no.
Have you ever thought about a case quad track?
Yeah. Yep. Seem really nice, but they seem really expensive.
Feeding George again.
Yeah, he actually helped us some last week doing some grain, so you will see him a few times.
What did you do at ATI?
I went to ATI for crop production. Sorry if we're missing a lot of you guys' comments. When Dax was in here, we kind of lost our place, so. What kind of transmission was in your old Magnum? It was a power shift, 19 speed. That was a nice tractor. That was a 2012. It was a 3-year lease. And yeah, I really like that machine.
What engines are in the trucks?
Semis. The black Freightliner is the only one with a big motor. It is a C15 475 with a 10-speed. The white Volvo is an M11 Cummins with a 10-speed. The International is, what is it? It's a C13 with a 10-speed. The 85 is a 400 Cummins with a 9-speed. The one semi that we don't use a whole lot, it's a day cab Volvo. I think it's a small block. No, it's a Detroit 60 with a 9-speed. The dump trucks, I don't know what's in the white Kenworth. I believe it's a small Cummins with a 7-speed. Talk about throwing you for a loop. And then the purple dump truck is a M11 with an auto shift, 10-speed.
I haven't seen the 75 horsepower Massey doing anything. Does it only brush hog?
Yeah, that's pretty much Dad's therapy tractor. Is that what you'd call it? When Dad, like when we can't do anything, Dad doesn't like sitting still, so he mows.
Or he moves gravel from one place to another
Yeah,
for
well-
no reason
Well, you just don't
only
see the
known
reason.
to him.
You just don't see the reason.
Neither does anybody else.
We probably will use it some. I think, I don't know, we were originally going to use it to load lime in the field. Like if we dumped a pile of lime at a field we were spreading, I just don't think the bucket's quite big enough. So, but one of these days I will give him a camera while he's mowing around the farm and at least show that tractor some.
When do you think you're going to get the planters rolling?
Probably sometime in the next 2 weeks would be my guess, when like headlong into planting season. I would really like to wait a week or two if possible before after we strip till, but I don't know, might not happen.
Are you planning any new seed corn brands this year?
Nope, same ones we've always planted.
Where did all the construction equipment come from?
Dad has acquired that over the past, I don't know, 30, 40 years. He's always had a bulldozer since, I don't know, since the 60s. And just, I don't know, little by little. The dump truck, we acquired that. Him and I actually own that together. We got that, I believe, the farm that the bins are at, the new bin site, Kayla and I own that farm. When we got it, it needed a lot of work done to it. I mean, it was an industrial property. None of the fields were very big. They're all a lot bigger now. They were all multiple fields. So we used that dump truck pretty much every day for a couple of winters over there, hauling large chunks of concrete, brush, fence rows, stuff like that. Pre-YouTube channel, there just hasn't been as many construction projects, but we do use that equipment quite a bit in the winter.
Okay. Somebody asked, do you think a college degree is worth it, or did you think that hands-on experience is better?
Depends on what you're doing. If you're going to be if you're going to be a farmer, I do not know that it would be worth it. Well, I don't know. I do not know that a degree in crop production would be worth it, because a lot of the things that you're going to learn there, you could learn hands-on experience. Some of it, I mean, it's good. It's good to have some of the basic stuff you're going to learn with that degree. But for the most part, if you wanted to be a better farm manager, I think you would benefit more from a business degree, in all honesty. I did not think that then, but anything and everything I know about finance, I had to learn on my own after college.
Josh loves your channel and appreciates what you're doing.
Well, thank you, Josh.
Any problems with the Colorado? Thinking of getting one. Okay, go turn the lights off and lay down.
What's wrong with T.A. Brown? Since I can't get an answer tonight, I'll go watch CEO truck build video tonight. I didn't see your comments, buddy, but any problems with the Colorado? Actually, yeah. In Louisville this year, we had an issue. Like, I was pulling into the National Farm Machinery Show and it went into limp mode. It's done it a couple other times. I believe the DPF filter needs replaced, if I'm not mistaken. That is under warranty, so that's good. Yep, Dax is back. Hi, bub.
Now we need this thing, honey. You're like,
You're gonna try to buy one of the 1038s when leases are up. I would like to. The one with the strip till bar has RTK unlocked, but the one on the bean planter has a couple extra options. So I don't know which one. I don't know. We'll see when their leases are up, what their buyouts are, and how many hours they have.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter to everybody.
Farming Life has already planted 350 acres of corn.
Well, that's good.
What tractor have you had the longest?
The 8400 that was bought new in 97 or 8. Maybe even 6, I don't know.
How many kids does BJ have?
He has 3. They are 21, 12, and almost 2. Got them a little spread.
Mom, won't you read this for me?
What's the first tractor you ever drove?
Oh. I don't know. Like, the first tractor I can remember driving, like big tractor, would have been one of the 8400s. It was not the one that we have. The one we have was actually my uncle's 8400. Dad had one identical to it. My uncle kept his. Dad traded his for a 7920. I remember driving that and being really confused because Dad is a really good farmer. He's very smart. He knows how to farm. He's a very good operator. He's a very good operator. He's a very terrible teacher. So I was super confused, didn't know what I was doing. Before that, though, I drove like smaller tractors, lawn and garden tractors. We had an old Ferguson, and I don't remember what number it is, but I can remember being thrown on it to plow a garden, like the garden I just strip tilled actually when my grandma still lived here. I was probably 5, 6 years old. No idea what I was doing. Scared to death.
One guy's really angry because all of his comments are being blocked.
Are they dirty?
Yes.
Well, there you go, buddy. Have some respect. Would you talk to your mother that way?
No, he would not.
Okay, well, quit talking to my wife that way.
I'm going to be... Okay, what type of... Where's a good one a second ago? What type of ag job
Oh, there's Cole. Happy Easter, Cole. What type of ag job
would you start with if you planned on like owning a farm in the future?
That's a good question.
Mom,
I've actually considered doing a video on something similar to this in the winter, but I never did. The people that I know that started from scratch, like in the past 20 years, 30 years, they worked for a farm, like as a farmhand. And then over time, they just start renting some ground on their own. Like I know one person now, he's a younger fellow. He's starting on his own. He's actually farming a pretty good amount of acres now. He still helps the guy that kind of helped get him started. I think not sure what their situation is, but I know some people have traded labor for equipment. Like, hey, I'll work for you. This is what my dad and I actually did when I first started. When I first started, I rented 30 acres after I got out of college and then just kind of built from that. But basically when I was starting, I was working for Dad for free, but I was getting to use all of his equipment. There's no way farming 30 acres, I was going to get to plant corn with a 24-row John Deere planter. So that would be my advice.
Say hi, Caleb.
Hi, Caleb.
Your dad's videos are priceless and much appreciated.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm glad he's willing to do them. Any varieties of corn or beans you're excited to try? There is a variety of seed consultants, and I can't remember what it is, but it just came out, and I'm kind of excited to see. Like, they've talked it up quite a bit, so I'm excited to see how it goes.
Say hi, Black Land Farmer.
You want you there.
You want me to say it? What is your stance on wide rows?
I don't. Dax, quit kicking the tripod.
No.
One of our neighbors went to 15-inch corn. I don't have any experience with any kind of corn or 30-inch.
Stop, Bob. You don't knock it over.
So I can't really speak on like that. But he told me that he thought in a bad year that his corn might have an edge over 30-inch corn, and in a good year, he kind of alluded to the fact that they thought they were just pretty even. So he actually went back to 30-inch.
Do you have a German Shepherd?
My dad has a German Shepherd. My dad and I are neighbors. You want to talk about some marital issues at first?
It's rough.
The German Shepherd that's not my favorite dog.
He's not your favorite dog.
Dax, who's your favorite dog?
Ratty's dog.
What?
Ratty's that's two Ratty's dogs.
What do you call Diesel?
A one with videos.
Yeah, what do you call him?
Videos.
We have a Basset Hound that's named Diesel, and we also have a Black Lab named Diesel. The Basset Hound has been renamed Floppy Ears, and that's his favorite dog.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. I put my hands on him. I put my hands on him ears. Then write a host on me.
Hey, Dad, why do we call Dax Bub?
You call him Bub. I don't even know if I
He
call him.
is the brother, so he's the Bub.
I call him Doodle.
The sisters are Sis.
Yeah.
I actually call Olivia Fat Girl.
Yeah.
I say it with affection.
Hey, Libby.
Or Livy.
Libby is the cutest wall.
She's the cutest girl, and he's cute too. Okay.
Easier to understand than his grandpa.
Floppy Ears. Somebody had a cow named Floppy Ears.
That
Dax,
would be me.
Dax, how old are you?
Oh.
4.
4. Oh. What are your thoughts on dry fertilizer versus wet versus manure?
I wish we had access to chicken manure, but we do not, unfortunately, or pig manure. I would go that route if it was cost effective, but we don't, so we have dry fertilizer.
How did we come up with Dax's name?
She named all the kids. I named a dog. I got ran over by a car. I quit naming stuff. How'd you come up with Dax? She wanted to name him some stupid stuff.
I wanted to name him Dixon because Bob's middle name is Dixon.
Yeah, she wanted to name
But
him
then-
Dixon Tripp. Dick Tripp.
Because my maiden name is Triplet. So Dixon had meaning. It might not have been a good name, but it has some meaning. And then somebody said that if his name was Dixon, they would call him Little Dick. And I thought I could.
That was actually,
to him.
we can say who it is. It was my mom. It was his grandma. Someone says, are you an FBN member? If not, you could save by using Millennial Farmer as a reference. You know, you could also save by using anybody as a reference, I believe. So if you wanted to put my name in there, for example, or anybody's, I would actually get a kickback if you did. Any FBN member. Someone did that last year, and I got a random phone call from my FBN guy. He's like, hey, do you know so-and-so? I was like, no, actually I don't. I said, oh, he put you down as a reference, and here's a gift card. I said, oh, awesome.
How long do you believe that auto...
Mom, why don't you use the bomb W?
I see those. The autonomous
I
machines...
Autonomous.
Whatever. Maybe I shouldn't read. Will take care of activities in the field.
How long before then?
How long do you think
Mom,
they'll
fly
be
them,
in the
Mom.
field?
Fly these
I don't
out.
know.
Mom, fly them.
I really like running equipment, so I don't know. It's probably going to eventually be autonomous stuff out there. I don't know if you've seen autonomous lawnmowers. I think it'll eventually be something like that. I wouldn't be super surprised if instead of large equipment like we have now, that it wasn't just instead of like one 300 horse tractor out there, if the autonomous machine wasn't like, I don't know, 5 or 6 50 horse tractors. And instead of pulling a 24 row planter, if they weren't pulling like a 2 or 3 row planter.
What happened to the shop, BJ's? Mower
Well,
shop?
Dad owned the mower shop. That's something that I don't know if people know. Dad actually owned the mower shop, and he owned the business. BJ ran the business. There just didn't seem to be a whole lot of money in the lawnmower business. So they only had one, like they sold lawnmowers. So in the winter, it's pretty
We're
much
still
dead.
trying to sell it.
Yeah, the building is for sale.
I think that's what they need to do.
Yes.
Do you have applicators permits to run the sprayer?
Yes.
What would it take to get BJ to climb to the top of the bins?
I have no idea. He's going to have to get over that. Dax, get out of there, bub. Just quit dragging stuff out.
It would be nice to see you demo a Fendt planter.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Brian, have you ever shaved? I have. A couple times. Like I said, I would trim it now if I had clippers.
Have you seen the benefits of the new drain tile yet?
Not yet. Well, somewhat. Usually it takes like a year or so, if I'm not mistaken. Randy, if you're still in here, maybe you can weigh in on that. But I think it takes a couple years really for you to really see the full benefit of tile for that ground to really start opening up and letting water go. But yeah, not just yet. I'm 29. What would it take for you to shave? Like I said, I don't have any clippers, but someone threw $100 super check. I don't know. I don't know if that'd be enough. I like a beard, dude.
Give them sleeping pills.
I don't know. Dax is full of energy. I don't even know if it'd work. Do you think the Buckeyes would play this season? I do not. I don't think Rona is going away anytime soon. Who's the ugly one?
I'm blocking. No need to be a dick. Ta-da! It takes 3 years for the tile. What do you like the most? Tillage, planting, harvesting?
Planting or harvesting, I'm not sure. You
What's
said
your,
it took 3 years?
oh no. What's your dad's channel?
Dad doesn't have one. He has an account. He doesn't know. Dad's really bad about keeping signed into his own. Usually when he comments from my brother's account on accident because it's what's signed into his computer.
Would you try a 8RX John Deere?
Of course. It's one thing people think I like dislike one brand tractor over another. I don't. I mean, like I like running equipment.
do you think you'll end up talking like your dad?
Yes.
You already talk like your dad.
One
Sow beans and fertilize.
correct. Worsher.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother when he was in retail sales, if you notice when he's on video, like he enunciates very clearly. And he tries to talk very professional. He doesn't do it on purpose. He was just in retail sales his whole life. But when he's around us and the camera's not on and he's not trying to enunciate, he sounds just like Dad. And the longer he works with Dad, like they've been working together now since October 1st, he's getting more and more like Dad as far as how he sounds.
Would you ever use a Kinsey planter?
Yeah, we actually had priced a Kinsey. Didn't end up going with one. But yeah, I would use one.
The captions are funny.
Yes. Dax, you do not need a baseball bat, son.
What is your outlook on the zone builder ripped?
Ground paying for itself.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to see. Dax put that's not a treasure chest, bub. That's not a treasure chest. It's just a box. I didn't end up leaving any check strips in that field. I wish I did. We ended up tilling it all.
Have everyone give their best Cole the Cornstar impersonation. Says Cole Cornstar.
We've had some good ones, dude. Like I missed.
BJ is great.
Do you remember Dad on his birthday?
Oh yeah.
Cole, fun fact for you. Every day when I walk into the office, Dad said, Brian, you're going to have to step up your game. That Cole's got yada, yada, yada subscribers. Like when we were still kind of close in subscribers, I could get a day-by-day accounting of how much you grew based on Dad.
Do they have Tim Hortons in Ohio?
They do. It is my favorite commercial coffee. Like my favorite place, like favorite restaurant I can go and get coffee.
How old is BJ?
40,
Real old.
41. Yeah, we're 12 years apart to the day. Both born August 2nd.
Is Dax in the Pirates phase? He just has a wild imagination.
Yep. Dax reminds me a lot of me.
For a long time, he was Dr. Dax the Space Ranger.
He's on a Buzz Lightyear kick
He's an astronaut.
and a cowboy.
Yeah.
Right now, everything's his. BJ's actual name is Robert Brown Jr. Got to get George more. Yeah, George is trying to slow down some. He's been telling me for like 10 years he wanted to retire, but I mean, he always keeps coming back, but he'll be around.
How are you wings?
Okay, put those back. Put those back, bud.
Talk about
Put this on your nightstand.
the Bernie Sanders
Put this
guy.
on your nightstand.
Okay, perfect. The Bernie Sanders guy that texted you.
What about him?
Just talk about the text.
Oh, well, I got a text from the Bernie Sanders campaign. I mean, I'm sure every campaign does this, but the Ohio primaries were coming up, and it basically said, yada, 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 Bernie Sanders this, Bernie Sanders that, can we count on your vote? And I texted the guy back, I said, dude, I'm a self-employed capitalist, or something along those lines. Why would I be anything other than scared to death of Bernie Sanders? And then he gave me a big list of free this and free that, and free this, and I don't know. I made what I believed to be some good arguments, and that was it.
Would you rather work ground or plant?
Working ground is less stressful, but planting ground is more rewarding. Like when you're working ground, as long as something's not dragging up, I mean, it's pretty stressful. You don't have to worry about running a seed. Seems like as long as you keep everything greased up, you're fine. As far as bearings, I don't know. It's less stressful, but less rewarding.
Hello from Brazil. They're the largest producer of soy, sugarcane, corn, beef, coffee, and orange juice.
Well, hello.
That is a picture of me.
Is that me and you?
Yeah.
Let me see that.
And Benny Boy.
Yeah, that's me and Kayla in like 2008.
At the beach.
Yeah, and that's Georgia's son right there.
Now, how much do beef weigh, y'all?
His George family.
Pretty close. He's my former uncle. Can I say once removed? Is that a thing? I mean, he kind of is.
Aloha from Hawaii.
Aloha. She wants to go to Hawaii pretty bad. Haven't made it yet.
There is a way of
My favorite Duramax is either an LBZ or the next year after that.
I wish this
But-
is yours.
Okay, thank you, Bub. I had a 15, and I really liked that truck, but it had DEF on it.
Would you ever do a 5-acre test plot using tractors and technologies and seed from 40 years ago and compare it to where we are now?
It'd be pretty cool, but I don't know where you're going to find seed from 40 years ago.
What do you do to keep the birds off your crop paddocks after you've seeded?
Keep birds off of it? Well, that's never really been a
You
huge
see
issue.
with a music pad.
Thanks.
Do you like Krispy Kreme and Chillicothe? Nope. London Dairy Family Donut Shop. That's where it's at. Unfortunately, they're closed due to Corona.
Will you ever upgrade the Duramax?
I don't know. The Turbomax, I would just probably keep it for now. I don't want to really spend any more money on vertical tillage than we have to. That and we rebuilt it last year, so it should last a while. Plane tickets are cheap for Hawaii right now. I'm sure they are, because it's Corona time.
Do you soil sample every spring and fall?
No. We are moving forward on our Farmer's Edge acres. We are enrolled in Farmer's Edge on roughly a third of the farm. Those acres will be soil sampled every year.
How you liking the new grills?
I like it. I like it a lot.
Dax.
What are your thoughts on white planters? Would you buy one? I think they're a good planter. The one I ran in the crop tour last year I had no issues with. It had precision meters on it. It did fold up a little weird, but I'm sure that's just because I wasn't used to it. I have a lot of people ask me why I didn't buy it, why we didn't go with a white planter, and we went with the case. There's not a lot of white planters in the area, so therefore the used market is virtually non-existent. So like if I could have found a white planter that was used in our price range, and it was a better deal, I probably went with it. But there just aren't many around here.
What's your favorite cover crops?
I don't know. I like the tiller radishes, but we don't have a whole lot of cover crop experience.
Okay, Dax needs to go to sleep.
Yeah, we've been going a long time, so we're going to answer 2 more questions, and then we're calling it quits.
Do you plan on trading in yellow and black for European green?
Eventually, I don't think you're going to have a choice. But as long as the yellow and black is like around, I don't know. I guess it depends on what our dealer keeps selling. The Challengers are a little bit cheaper, but you get a little bit less warranty and stuff like that. So,
How are we doing with the COVID-19? Got a little cabin fever.
Yeah, it's
Our
definitely affected Kayla and the kids more than it's affected me as far as that kind of stuff goes. Because, I mean, I'm still going out every day and working, and really, I see pretty much the same people I would have seen if it wasn't for COVID. I mean, I still have to go get parts. I still have to go get seed, chemical, stuff like that. I might not go into those places, but I'm still at least leaving the farm. I mean, Kayla's been here for like, I don't know.
7,000 years.
We went on a date and picked up planter parts last week. So,
Put it down.
but guys, that's it for this live stream. Thanks for hanging out. It is a lot more fun when someone's with you and reads the questions. So, but yep. Peace out, everybody. Happy Easter, and we'll see you next time.